Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So sorry if I look a little bit of a mess. I just came back from my dance classes and I really wanted to film this video when my mind is still fresh on the book because I finished it today. So first of all, I would like to say congratulations Micahe, because if you guys didn't see in the title, this video is gonna be a review of Take You Down, written by Micahe Marie. You can find her here on YouTube under Oh Hey It's Micahe. And yeah, like I said, I wanted to say congratulations, girl. I know how hard it is. I'm actually trying to write a book myself. The process looked exhausting. If you guys don't know, she made a whole video, which I really loved because she documented the process of writing her book and the struggles of it, and you know how she came with the story and everything. So I think it's an hour-long video and I watched every minute of it because it was so informative, and it was nice to see her, you know, starting from the ground up basically, because I've been watching her for a while as just a YouTuber, and it came as such a surprise when she came with her video because I didn't expect it from her, and I was super happy for her. I hope the book is doing well. It deserves to be doing well. So I will give you guys my review, and there's gonna be minimal spoilers because I feel like I enjoyed the book so much because I went in completely blind, because I really wanted to have the full surprise. The only thing I knew was that the main character were Scarlett and Walker, and that it was gonna be a rock band romance. I really wanted to go into the book with fresh eyes, with no bias or anything, because I know I really love Micahe as a YouTuber, and I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna love her book because that's her. So I purchased the book electronically first. I got it on Kindle Unlimited, and sorry, I said purchase, but I'm pretty sure it's free on Kindle Unlimited. I will have to check that. And then I was thinking, you know, as a YouTuber starting myself, if I was going out with a book, I would love it if the people that were supporting me for so long, my viewers, were to buy the book. So I bought the book. I know, guys, I always say that I don't do paperback, and I don't, but let me go grab the book and show you the cover, and you'll understand why I had to make an exception for this one. So yeah, as I was saying, guys, I needed to show you the cover so that you understand why I had to make an exception. First of all, it's kind of matching my nails, the bottom. I love the gradient between green and purple, because if you read the book, you'll understand that those are the two colors that represent the main character. So Scarlett, the female lead, the color that she has in her hair is purple, and she says at some point that it's one of her favorite color. And Walker is at some point trying to dye his hair green, and you'll understand that some items that are really important for him are green as well. So yeah, I love the gradient between the two colors because purple is my favorite color. I know this video is not about me, but just a fun fact. And I don't know, I love the graphic, I love the way the title is written, and I love that it's a soft cover. I know I'm not doing a review on texture or anything like that, but this is important, you know, because if you have to take the book into your hands, it's nice to have a nice book, right? And then you have those graphics at the beginning of each chapter. Let me hide it because I don't want to spoil you guys. But yeah, as you can see, you have the music notes. So yeah, I really love it. Like for a first book, can we talk about it? The cover and the back cover, just, yeah, Micahe, you did the thing. So let me jump into the review because I don't want this video to be too long. Because like I said, it's not gonna be full of spoilers. I want you to really discover the book by yourself. So basically the story is about Scarlett and Walker, and his real name is James Walker, but that's a nickname. So Walker is in a group called Whisper Me Nothings, and they decide to go on a band tour. Something happened a year or two ago that made them stop touring, and they had to stop the promotion of their last album. So it created kind of a rift between the members, I would say, because you have Walker, Aiden, whom he's really close to, and then you have Reed and Nikolai, who are more closest to each other. Also, can I take a minute and just say that at this point in the book, I cannot stand Reed. I know that probably in his book, I'm gonna learn to love him more and understand his reason and why he's behaving this way, but he's insufferable so far. And he was such an ass in the entire book that, yeah, he's one of my least favorite characters of all the series I'm reading right now. So it's a group of 4 men. And the fact that they had to stop touring, stop producing music, created like a distance between all of them because they all went to do their own thing. And then they want to do the tour with a DJ called Boone, who's going on a tour with his girlfriend, and he invites along a first act, and that is Scarlett. So Scarlett, we don't really know about her at the beginning of the book. She doesn't use her real name, and she has a history and reasons why. And also Scarlett is really open about the fact that she's a recovering alcoholic. So it's a spoiler, but I wanted you guys to understand why I really enjoy the book. So she's a recovering alcoholic. So going on tour with a band, I don't know much about rock because let me tell you guys, that's not my style of music. Except the really big hits from groups like AC/DC or the Beatles or anything like that, I don't really know much about rock music, but I know how the rockers go down normally. So her to be sober and go on a band tour in a bus, because that's an important fact. They have several buses and she's bunking with the guys because the DJ Boone, who is one of her mentor and the guy that discovered her and put her on the scene, is coming along with his girlfriend, so they want intimacy, right? So she said, it's fine, never mind, I'm gonna bunk with the guys, I'm gonna be with them and it's gonna be fun, right? And at first she's really standoffish and she quickly explained to them that she doesn't drink and the reason why. And what I can say more, because I really don't want to give any spoilers, you have other characters. There's Carter and Danielle. I think they're the photographer or people taking the content for the tour. You have the managers of both Whisper Me Nothings and Boone. So Boone has a female manager, I think her name is Vic, and Arun is the manager for the boy band. And then I think Vic also handles the career of Scarlett, because Scarlett at the beginning of the book is not really well known and she's gonna get bigger and bigger because of some events and the fact that now her music is gonna be more mainstream because she's going to participate on this tour. What I really like about this book was that it wasn't too complicated, and let me explain why, because I'm not saying it was simple, it was stupid or anything like that. What I'm sometimes put off by is when I read a book that is really specific to a trope, you know, for example, mafia romance or hokey romance or cowboy romance, because I'm thinking about LCC right now, and it's super specific. That's what I told you guys about the Red Zone Rival series, where the first book I felt like I was reading a football 101 manual, and this is not what I wanted, you know. So going into this book, because I don't really read band romance, I think the last one that I read was like years and years ago, and even from the top of my head I can't tell you the title. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. But that one wasn't as specific because it was the POV of the girl dating a rock star. So you didn't get the ins and out of a tour, of how it goes and all of that. And I remember there were a lot of cheating in that series, so I didn't really enjoy it as much. I felt it was really toxic, so it put me off completely of the whole trope and genre of rockstar romance. And I know it's stupid, you shouldn't be put off by one book, but I'm telling you guys, it was years ago. My mind wasn't as developed as it is now. So yeah. So when I was saying it was simple, it's the fact that it was so breathable and readable. I didn't feel like I didn't understand the terms, the lingo or anything like that, and that was lost in the book, especially because, as you guys know, I read in English. So sometimes not only am I struggling with the concept or the context because it's not something I'm familiar with, like hockey or anything American, because I'm a Belgian national, I speak French. So anything that is typical to America, sometimes I'm a bit lost. And rock stars, you know, I'm not into that kind of music or universe. So I was like, okay, again, something I'm completely lost. But it was so enjoyable. I really liked it. Because it was simple and easy to read. It was fun, it was exciting, and it made me want to read more. And when I tell you guys, I am so mad that the next book comes out in spring 2024, because I knew obviously that it was gonna be a series, because you're gonna get a book on each of the band members. That I always tell you guys that I don't like doing that to myself. I hate when I start something that is not finished, because I have the patience of a 3-year-old. Micahe, I'm sorry, please, no pressure, just take your time writing the book. But yeah, I know that I'm just gonna be so like on the edge of my seat waiting for the next book, because that one was so nice, and I tried to pace myself to read it and go back to read some parts so that I could fully understand and make a really good review, but I flew by the pages. I'm not even joking. So that's what I was saying. It was simple, it was readable, it was breathable, and one thing I loved as well, it had so many layers. So that's what I was saying, that when I say it's simple, it's not pejorative, and it's not saying that the book was stupid or anything like that. No, it was deep with multiple layers. So you had Scarlett dealing with her substance abuse, not substance, sorry, alcohol consumption, and her struggling to stay sober, and Walker and her slowly getting into the relationship. And that's what I loved. It wasn't insta love. I told you guys that I hate that kind of trope. It was really, you know, developing first a friendship, and the fact that they started enjoying each other's presence, because Scarlett at the beginning of the book is really standoffish with the members of the band, and she starts enjoying Walker's presence more and more, and so really you could see their relationship blossom through the pages, and I really enjoyed that. And even when they had to go to the intimacy, so the spice, it wasn't instant, and he made her wait for it, and I loved it, because I love a good slow burn. I love that. See, I don't have no patience, but I love a slow burn, so sometimes my mind doesn't cooperate with how I feel. I swear I'm a mess. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and there were also some other serious topics that were discussed. For example, I can say that without it being too much of a spoiler, Scarlett is coming from a very religious family, you know, the kind where her dad is a preacher and they have to go by the Bible, you know, and the principle of God in their life and in everything they do. And she has a sister, and the sister is typically the perfect child that went along with the principle, with the prayers, and with the Bible, and with the religion, and blah blah blah. And Scarlett is the one that tried to rebel and be more of her own self. And it was familiar to me because I had my godmother back in the day who was in a relationship with a man like that, and she had kids with him. And even us, when we were visiting, we were impacted by that, because we had to go along with multiple prayers a day. Everything was about God. We couldn't even go have a walk in the mountains without talking about God, without praying like 20 times a day. So I know what those kind of community looks like, and how it can be sometimes toxic. So yeah, and I know how growing up in it can affect people, because the kids of my godmother, I saw how they were trying to break free of that and growing up in such an environment. So yeah, it was familiar topic for me. And also there's also a slight mention of being abusive in a relationship. It's not the main characters, it's side characters. But I liked not only the way it was approached and the way it was dealt with, because I hate when a book brushes off some serious topics and you feel like it wasn't handled correctly, or it was like laughed about. No, they took it very seriously, and they made sure that the girl got out of it. So yeah, it had so many layers, and I really didn't feel like I was reading something that was too long or anything like that. But I have a grievance with you, Micahe, because this book is what, let me see, because I read mostly on my Kindle so that I didn't damage it. Yeah, it was 352 pages, and maybe it's because I'm still traumatized by the Windy City series, where each book was like around 600, but that was too short, girl. That was way too short. When it ended, I was like, what? I want more. But obviously some things are gonna be developed in the next book. For example, like I said, there was an event that made the tour, their previous tour, stop for the band of Whisper Me Nothings, and I felt like it wasn't explained enough, but I'm assuming that it's gonna be in the next book because it concerned two other members of the band. But yeah, it was so short. I felt like I blinked and it was over. So I think it's a good sign to say that I really love that book. I'm sorry, I'm really enjoying the feel of it, but I truly enjoyed the book. I'm not even saying this because I'm biased or I want to gas up Micahe, because if the book was shit, I would have avoided doing a review. I would have just said go girl on Instagram, and I would have moved along. And you're gonna learn that about me. If I don't like something, I say it, and I didn't hesitate to say in the first video the books that I didn't like that were recommended by my favorite YouTubers. But this was really good. And also it didn't feel like she was a newbie author at all. Like, you know, she developed the story well. You see that there's character development. The story arc is beautifully written. So I'm excited to read book 2. I'm excited to read the whole series, and yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because there's not much that I can say without giving away spoilers. I want to touch upon some parts so bad because I really want to get deep into it, but I really want you guys to enjoy the book as it is, and then maybe later I can put it in one of my favorites and go more deep about the book. But yeah, I really love it. And once again, Micahe, my congratulations, because what you achieved, girl, is like no small feat. I'm always gonna support women, you know, guys. It's one of my motto. It's like girl bosses all the way. So I will see you guys in the next video. I think it's gonna be a more serious topic. I want to discuss the fantasy of book boyfriends. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.